You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV Survivor After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV Survivor After Show.
Who's hosting you?
All of us.
Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody. Welcome to AFTERBUZZ Survivor Recap.
You have lipstick on your teeth.
Thanks. We're a total hot
We are a mess
today.
today.
All of us. Last night was so amazing. The finale, the reunion show.
I'm drinking 2 drinks because I'm so hungover yet again.
Yeah, I'm not hungover. I'm just
Let's
tired.
see your teeth, Jerry.
Did I get the?
You got the lipstick
Oh,
off.
thank
You're
God.
good now.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jerri Manthey without the lipstick on my teeth.
It's our final show.
I'm sad it's over.
It's over.
And who am I here with today? As if everyone doesn't already know.
I'm Justin Walter, your fan, or not your fan, but the fan of the panel.
What are you even talking about?
Whatever.
I'm Ryan, always bringing it real for you people.
Oh, okay.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real with Ryan.
Did I say
Yeah.
bringing it real?
Bringing it real.
Bringing it real.
Yeah.
Tweet
and
that.
all I'm going to say is thank God for Twitter at this point, because that's the only way I can keep track of the notes that I had from
I
last
know.
night.
We were just like all over the place today.
It was nuts. I think in the audience, we were the only 3 that were just like on our phone the entire time, like just tweeting like
Let's also
crazy.
just point out, like, we are the most popular Survivor podcast, like, on the air, just so everyone knows. Just look at the numbers. The numbers don't lie.
numbers.
And I
I've never
we're
seen
in
the
the
numbers.
last row. We're the most.
Oh,
we're the last
he's
row.
bitter.
Jerry's been on Survivor.
3 times.
My show was Mark Burnett as well.
And I'm obsessed.
This one has like bought every buff since 1922, so he's spent lots of money.
Yes.
Back
It's okay.
row.
Hey,
Very back
all I'm
row.
going to say is just being there was an honor.
It was awesome as usual.
Thank you.
My highlight of the night, though, was Mark Burnett not remembering who Jerry was.
For a brief moment,
And
yes.
he remembered me.
Yeah, oh, please.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Jeez. Oh
He looked at me for a brief moment like, who are you? And, but, in my typical style, I said, Mark, did you just look at me like you didn't know me?
Well, you know what it is. You just look younger every day.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that was what it was.
Clearly, Justin's still drunk.
Oh.
So we're the most popular
In his
Survivor
opinion.
Ever. No, look at the numbers.
Oh,
Where
sure.
can we find the numbers? I'm
I
curious.
don't know.
gotta go
I don't
in
know
the
if we're
back.
saying that.
I know you
In the
guys
back
out
room.
there love the show, and we love doing it. And this is kind of like a bittersweet moment for all of us because it's the
gonna miss
last
you guys.
episode, the last show we're doing.
I think
for
the
this
last 2
season.
seasons I've cried during our
He did.
final
I always make him
episode.
cry when I-
So I
my
might
Ryan's final
cry
thoughts.
tonight. Right? Might cry tonight. I'm already getting kind of emotional. It's weird. I love doing the show.
It is weird.
I love coming.
I'm glad we're already in a padded room right now because I feel like
We haven't
Justin's
even
gonna
talked
spend
about the
some more
show.
time there.
I love and look forward to coming here every Wednesday night. I truly do, and
I do too. I just wish the studio was closer to my house.
Me too.
LA traffic sucks.
Yeah, horrible.
All right.
Should we give a congratulations to the winner?
Yeah, of
Yes,
course.
absolutely. We guessed it.
What's his name?
Tyson Apostle.
Tyson. Congrats,
Yes,
Tyson.
Not pleased.
He was a deserving winner.
Very
I mean, he really was. You
deserving.
can't argue that he played a great game, and he deserved to win.
He deserved to win.
Yeah.
He did deserve the win, but there's other people that could have as well, and it was a crazy,
Yeah.
interesting tribal.
I wanted to see Monica get a few more votes. I was
I did
so
too.
happy she got one. But
Right.
I swore with the way she handled tribal council and answering the questions the way she did, I thought for
Should
sure.
we just dive into tribal? Or, because that
We
part
could
was-
probably
that-
go. We don't have to go in
stay
sequential order. We
Right.
can
No.
jump all over the place.
Yeah,
today.
let's do it. Let's just get crazy. Since
Monica's
our last
tribal
show.
council performance was one of the best things of the night. That was
Kind of was.
awesome.
Because- Let's just call it out like it is too. Like it was very predictable. Once.
Well, the season.
No, I'm
no,
saying
not
the
the
very
season.
end.
This episode.
This last episode was very, very predictable. We
Yeah.
knew where it was going to go, and it was great seeing Monica. But I was very, very upset. And we're going back. Of course, we're sitting by each other talking about the finale the whole time, talking smack
At the finale.
Everyone around us was like, shut up.
Yeah, shut up. No, but I didn't like how everyone was attacking Monica. I don't think it's deserving.
Hated it.
They would never go up to a guy and say, Tyson, I want you to be vulnerable with me right now. I want this to come from your heart. That just would never happen. So it irritated me that the women jumped on board. That I don't know why they always feel like they do this. Remember they did this last year with Dawn. They wrecked her. Like, why is it always they wrecking these strong women that get there? And I understand a guy kind of doing it, and this is why, because this girl has kicked their behinds the entire time, and it's like they're trying to get their manhood back to like, and it's like they get to like, you know, talk smack basically to them, to their face, and that doesn't normally happen in everyday life. You get an opportunity to read someone, so it's all pre-thought and everything else, but like it's always, why do you think they're always attacking the girls?
Well, this is something that I know I've been battling with since my experience on Survivor. It's something, the society, I don't know what it is, and I wish there was some way we could change it. You know, I want to say that women going on these shows and being really strong and making big moves and standing up for themselves is going to change things. And I hope to God that someday there's a shift, but I just don't know when it's going to happen. And the disturbing part, you're right, was not just that she was being attacked, but that the women were also ganging up on her.
Well, let me just also say this too. Like, have you ever like gotten into an argument with someone or like had an issue and then like you made someone cry? Like what your words actually made someone cry? Like, I mean, it's happened to me before, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't know where this is going. Are you okay? Like, I did not mean that. Like, once you see someone cry, once you see someone start to cry, yeah, sorry everyone. No, don't you like pull back a little bit? Okay, I mean, she's like, you want her to be more vulnerable, and the tears are streaming off her face. I mean, she's not an actress.
What more vulnerability can you ask for than literally sobbing while trying to
one thing that, in addition to the vulnerability that people were saying, people said it about Dawn last year a lot, is how many people kept saying, I don't know, Laura Moret, Hayden, I don't know who Monica is. I don't know who you are. You know, yes, there's the element of being vulnerable, but then there is the element of connecting with people on the island on a personal level.
Correct.
Which it seems like Monica didn't do as well as other people had in the game. Like Tina, one of Tina's thing is always, I go on the season to make connections with people. No one has ever said about Tina, you know, I don't know who you are. Tina plays a balls to the wall game. She's just as competitive as Monica, even though she didn't win as much, but you don't hear anybody saying that about Tina. So even though I totally agree with everyone was really hard on Monica, and I love seeing her become vulnerable at Tribal, there has to be an element that we don't see of living with Monica, that she doesn't let you in as a friend or a person or something on the island. In real life, could be totally different.
That is obviously true, because remember, they all were very annoyed with her.
Yeah.
Like
Always.
So there's something. There was that element with her that was the exact same thing that happened with Dawn too. But it was, when I talked to the cast afterwards, they were like, Dawn just did not rub me the wrong way. So
well, I can totally relate to that. In Australia, I was told the same thing, and by Tina, in fact, you know, she was trying really hard to crack me, you know, to make me vulnerable. And I know that at the time, because this is my first time playing, I was adamant about not letting anyone see me cry or not letting anyone see me be vulnerable. And I wonder, you know, with Monica and all the things that she kept bringing up, the fact that she's been, you know, viewed as Brad's wife or the mom of the kids, or
it's a part of who she is to not let people see that.
Yeah, she wanted to prove that she was a badass. That's what she said.
Which she is.
Which we all know she is, but for her, I think maybe she put on a really hard outer shell, almost too much.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand.
And she was always talking the
still,
game too. That was sort of her other thing too. But I just think that you just gotta ask the questions a different way. So listen, I've been on this island with you for however many days, and I just feel like I don't know you. I don't need to hear from your heart or you to be vulnerable, but like I just feel like I don't know who you really are. Like what's the real Monica? Like ask something like that, or like say, you know, I never connected with you. I connected with all these people behind me, but I don't have a connection with you. What am I missing? Like there's a different way to do it.
And when one person asked it, you don't have to keep hitting it. That was the thing I think that got me. Like when Laura Moret asked her question and Monica was so vulnerable and she gave an answer that I was like, holy shit. Excuse my language. Like, I was like, this isn't, Tyson's still going to win, but I was like, this is so unexpected to see Monica giving these answers that are so amazing that even though it's my whole thing with Monica, I feel like a little too late. Like everything she did was a little too late, but it was like a little too late, but it was still awesome to see her just like say, you guys, have you ever met a nice person in your life? You're all mean. I was like, holy
I need to go back and watch that. That was she was killer on that.
She was fantastic.
Well, I really appreciated, first of all, that she did allow everyone to see her vulnerability.
Yeah.
She did crack. She did cry. She did explain herself and defend herself to no end. And then at a certain point, when enough people kept picking on her, she finally just said, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
What more do you want?
It was, what do you want from me? You know, I think that moment right there just solidified with me how much I really like Monica.
That would be hard to watch that with your kids and like your family watching. I mean, she's had full breakdown a lot on this show.
Well, Brad even said it was hard for him to watch.
I can't even imagine being the husband watching that. Like, you just want to like get crazy.
You want to protect your wife, and you can't.
They look like in the finale, they're just like an adorable in love couple. When they threw up that picture of them 16 years ago or however many years ago,
when he was huge,
it was like this is an adorable picture. You know,
everyone's like, oh, in the audience, and you just hear Jerri, he's huge. Everyone turns around like, shut up, woman.
That's the thing. We see these relationships in their Survivor context. There's years that go into these relationships. You know, you have the mother-daughters and all these, you know, just seeing those pictures, it just brings the weight and the gravity of these are real relationships, like real.
Yeah, and I mean, that is definitely why this season was so amazing to watch, you know, because we got to see the personal aspect of people we've seen play before and get to know, like, kind of their background and what kind of person they are in relation to someone they love.
And this season, that twist changed Tyson's game.
Right.
Like, that's what we kind of saw, the change in
I don't know if it really did, though. I don't know. Like, his tears just seem so fake to me, right? Or no? Is it just me?
No, I think
like,
they were
I've never
genuine.
seen someone just start to cry and they wipe their tears before the even develop. Like,
have you ever watched Demi Lovato on The X Factor?
Yes.
I think they were real. I really do. And, you know, last night...
It's a good storyline, the whole Rachel getting voted, you know, not sacrificing herself, and that changed my game.
No, they've been together 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I asked him last night on the red carpet, which you guys need to watch all the interviews. We got some really good stuff out of people that I don't think that they shared with any of the other media outlets.
Cool.
Just because of our format, we can dig deeper into the deep, dark secrets.
Which is why we're the stepchildren now.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, I really kind of I enjoyed talking to Tyson because I have not seen him, and I did say this to him, since he walked off and I saw the back of his head when his torch got snuffed in Heroes and Villains.
It's been that long.
And he looked at me and he goes, well, it's a good thing you did that because otherwise I would have done to you what I did to everyone else on this season. I was like, nice one.
Yeah.
But he's very charming. He's really funny.
He found a hair straightener.
He's witty.
And I wish they would have shown more of that this season of Tyson.
They showed him such a gamer this season, which was good. He was
the villain.
Right.
And I asked him, I said, have you finally embraced the title of the villain of this season? And I guess in some ways he does, but in some ways he's still in denial.
Own being a villain. If I were ever a villain,
thing.
I'd own it. Because most of the time, people are villains for two reasons. It's either you're a villain because you're an asshole, or you're a villain because you're a good... No, I was not looking... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We have small kids
I'm
in
sorry.
here today.
I'm sorry.
I'm very muzzled.
I'm really sorry.
We have an audience of children.
I apologize.
Sorry, children.
I apologize. They're adorable. We can't show them.
The midget's getting crazy.
Oh, Jesus. Or you're a villain because you're a gamer and you make crazy good big moves, you know?
In his defense, which I very rarely defend him, is that, you know, he said he wasn't sleeping at all because he's constantly going to... And you could tell he was very much into his head, which that's how I would be too. But you kind of had to be on this version of the show because there wasn't an A, B, and a C plan. There was like unlimited plans. It was like, okay, if this person goes, might go to here. There's Redemption Island, and come back. They could switch with the level. Yeah. There was so much going on that it's very hard for his personality, I'm sure, to come out when he was clearly there to win. Yeah. And so that's all he was doing was gaming.
Totally.
Caleb's the only one who
never had to.
We didn't get to talk to Caleb. Yeah, and speaking of Caleb, I found it very interesting last night when Jeff gave Colton the opportunity to redeem his character
in the live
totally
reunion,
screwed the opportunity by attacking the older people by calling them AARP. Colton, dude, I hope someday you wake up. I hope you learn. because you have it in you to be a good person, but right now
I thought it was a joke. I mean,
No,
he already said that on the show.
But
and
his jokes aren't funny. They're
that was
hurtful to people.
I don't know, but I don't know. I thought it was.
Did you buy his whole?
No, I don't buy anything he says.
I know he said. What did he say? He said, "I finally realized I can't rely on other people. I have to find it within myself."
Somebody wrote
to
that
survive.
script. Probably Caleb.
No,
Do you buy it? You believe it? I don't know.
I think that's true. To be
there's
honest
so many
with
different
you.
stories.
It's very
with him.
true.
It's complete. What he said was true. I don't know if he's had that realization yet or not.
But that's
I
what
do
he
know
needs
it's true.
to learn.
He has been taken care of his whole life, and that has been a situation. That's his relationship now. It's the same thing.
22, 21.
Well, it was a very true statement, no doubt about that. But whether he can apply that statement to his life and make a difference is a whole nother
There's some
level.
gay guys that just their sense of humor is mean-spirited. I guess some people take it that way, but it's like, Andy from Big Brother. Like, the stuff that he says is just, it's like edgy or whatever. And he's just the same way. That's just, his friends must embrace that, and everyone else. I
don't think he has any friends except Caleb.
Oh, he has.
And I did say that.
He has friends.
Out there, if you're a Colton friend, I would like to hear from you. Please, honestly.
Twitter is going to be blowing you up.
No, I hope so.
Yeah.
I want to know what kind of person he is. I want to know if he has a soft side, because every time I've seen him,
call in right now.
He's been so crusty and abrasive and just attacking people.
Well, I think one thing, going back to a little bit on Tyson, I think he did have a very fantastic final tribal performance.
The best speech.
His opening speech was, he shed a few tears. There was a lot of tears in
Everyone
this tribal
else's speech was horrible.
Horrible.
Really bad, right?
Jervis.
Why would Jervis give a bad? Why would you give a bad speech?
Jervis was the third wheel. Every time there's a three-person final tribal, there's a third wheel, and it was Jervis.
I've already written my speech so many times. Let me just tell you.
Yeah,
I have practiced mine in my head too, and I haven't even been on.
But what's funny is, like, even if we were on the fly, like,
come up
we
with
would just
something.
make up something. I mean, granted, we're amazing hosts, but do you know what I mean? Totally. But isn't that something you would think about more? Like
Absolutely.
Point out all your things. You have nothing else to do out there but think. So think of 3 minutes of something really, really good.
Well, they couldn't get past, I guess, thinking about their final breakfast that they'd been thinking about the entire game. They're like, oh my gosh, I've been thinking about this breakfast forever. Like,
they didn't do the walk with all the.
Thank God.
I kind of missed it.
No, every season.
I'm one of the few.
When they do the walkthrough and there's like these torches with people's names, and they're
think
like, I remember this person, and I'm just like, oh, shut up, you hated that person, and now you feel like you got to say something nice.
But
so
the
just stop.
Fallen Comrades walk is a part of the Survivor tradition. They probably did it. They just
anymore.
No, they did it. They probably just cut it from the episode because there was so much other good
Let me
stuff.
tell you
all the redemptions we're gonna have to talk about.
Well, the reason why they do it is because it's so funny. Like, the first few people, you're like, God, I don't even remember that person. Like, when you think about it,
This time you do.
But also, it gives you a flash of that person right before you see them on stage for the finale. So it makes sense that they normally do it.
I've never really dug it.
We're gonna do a Fallen Comrade at the AfterBuzz TV.
Even doing it, when I did it on Heroes and Villains, it was
oh my God.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said, oh my God.
I said even when I did do the Fallen Comrades walk on Heroes and Villains, even though it was a great honor to be there to do it, it's still kind of hokey, and you could see people trying really hard to come up with something nice to say about people that they clearly did not like.
Jerri is not one to fake being happy or nice about something. I can't even imagine. She's like, I can't.
I wear it right here on my sleeve.
Yeah, when she's happy, you know it. When she's not, you know it.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I roll.
Could Jervis have done anything to get a vote? I don't really think so.
I was actually shocked he didn't get even one vote, honestly. But he really, that speech, I wanted him to give this epic speech about him being on the first season, and instead, I think at some point he even kind of insulted somebody in the jury.
Yeah, and I think nowadays, juries tend to be more about who actually made the moves and not who stood behind the person that made the moves and caused the blood.
Well,
except for last season. Cochran,
no, he
Don
made the moves.
But Don got all the blame.
Cochran made the moves though too.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
He made the big moves too.
Well, I remember Jervis at some point. One thing you don't do in your final speech is remind every single person that's sitting there that you're the one who sent them there. You don't have to remind anybody that. Instead, you should apologize and say, "I'm sorry I had to do that," but
And
is
the
necessary.
question that I thought was really interesting was, you can't pick yourself, but tell me why I should vote for one of the other two people who deserves
That
to
was
win.
ours, right? It was,
Oh, I hated that.
No,
question.
I thought it was fantastic.
I thought it was a great
And I think
question,
what was
It
dumb
sealed
was
it.
was when you have the Jervis and Monica both like listing off all the amazing reasons to vote for Tyson, and then Tyson was smart to pick Monica. It made him look endearing that he picked Monica because of her growth and change and that sort of thing. Whether he believed it or not, we don't
Right.
know.
He didn't.
But it was
all.
smart to pick Monica instead of Jervis.
Monica should have said Jervis. 'Cause
Yeah,
I was
it
like,
should have
why-
been yeah.
Why are you pointing at? You gave a better speech about why Tyson should win than your opening speech of why you should win. Like he did all these.
Her
moves,
speech about
he's
Tyson,
here.
like, was like,
absolutely he should win.
oh my God.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what are you people saying?
I know.
What a great question, because that sealed the deal for the winner right there for everybody. I think.
They almost gave the jury no other choice but to vote for Tyson to win the
They,
million.
they literally were just like giving it to him. I was like, remember we were all sitting by each other. We're like, shut up.
I'm like, stop, just stop.
Yeah.
Zip it. Yeah.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
Monica really didn't have a choice. I mean, she could have went, the other way and got rid of one of them, and she still wouldn't have won no matter what.
Yeah, I think
jury
so.
just
Should
was
we
not-
talk about a little bit? So we went into this episode with the
Hayden.
final four. We had Sierra, Monica, Jervis, and Tyson.
We can't even remember anymore.
Yeah, no, I know. It's like, and then on Redemption Island, the final Redemption Island went Hayden versus Laura Moret versus Tina. It was standing with your leg, holding and balancing a pot on the end of a seesaw.
Great
was a good one.
challenge.
Hayden was the first one out, and then
Hayden.
the entire challenge, Laura Moret was shaking and moving. Her pot was moving, and she was kind of always getting it back. And then Tina started faltering, and then Tina's was shaking and moving, and then ultimately Tina took home the win on Redemption and back in the game. 5 people back in the game. The thing that was like seeing Laura kind of like feel like she wasn't a winner and
Yeah.
she didn't represent herself for not getting back in the game was hard, because we've all been like cheering Laura on, and even though she didn't get back on this final one, she won 6 or 7, and she was such a good example of how you never give up and you fight to the core and you're just a beast in challenges, even though it didn't turn out for her getting back in.
And you guys should definitely
she was awesome.
check out the red carpet interviews, because I do ask Laura about that, and it was very important to me personally to let her know that despite what she felt after losing Redemption, that there's not a single soul that's watching this season that would ever say that she didn't give it 150%.
Yeah, right.
I mean, she has no reason to feel bad about going out the way she did.
Right. I don't know what you said, but the second that happens to you, when you don't even have a second to regroup your thoughts, they're asking you right on camera.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to go through a morning and you're devastated.
Yeah.
I remember when I came across the finish line third, I was devastated, literally devastated, and I cried for 2 hours, and then you come out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're fine. Then you can look back and be like, wow, what an amazing experience, and I really did do a great job. And I'm sure watching herself on TV and hearing
She's
all
still
the fans,
having a hard time dealing with it, though.
It is hard.
I can tell.
It's because what I love is she and Sierra are just so competitive. They are just competitive to the core, and I love that.
She did talk a
Scrappy
lot
competitors
about how her and Sierra were both just in it to win it.
Yeah.
And so even though she was very proud of her daughter for being so awesome in the game, she still had to let go the idea that she just would not be getting the $1 million check. 'Cause let's face it, if she made it to the finals, she might have won.
She would have had the most different, compelling argument that we've, one, really never seen.
Yeah.
And 2, just so different from Tyson and Jervis, or even Sierra, and it would have been such a different, vote. Such a different vote.
I know. It was almost incredibly predictable when Tyson won the immunity challenge. We were all just like,
what a great
Tyson
immunity
won.
2 in
challenge.
a row.
I
He won
love-
2 in a row.
That was an amazing challenge.
I love that immunity challenge.
The bathtub with the rope was my favorite
Yeah, we
part
were
of that.
screaming.
Yeah.
I think I screamed, "Live!" She just pulled herself across. Bless
That
Tina.
was an awesome, having all those different challenges and obstacles to get the puzzle pieces, and then the puzzle that was also a challenge in itself to then go count and do a code. Those multiple level physical, mental, complete overall challenges, that was an awesome challenge.
Well, it's because they wear you out so you're dead, and then you have to try to use your brain, and it's really hard when you're that exhausted. And that was a long challenge. I was even confused. How many times do I have to go back down that slide?
It was
A lot.
6 bags, I think it was.
Yeah, it reminded me of that game Mousetrap.
It was
Remember?
full-on Mousetrap.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, it's a board game come to life.
And the last 2 immunity challenges, Tyson dominated both. Even the one before, which was where there was you have to balance a board with a rope, but you have to walk back and get the puzzle pieces. Then 10 pieces, you have to walk back and forth, balancing a table, but then also placing them vertically so they don't fall. He walked away with that one.
Well, I think the mistake most people made is they were rushing it.
And they got freaked out because Tyson was pulling away.
Yeah, you have to really take your time. Like, some of those challenges are set up so that people who try to rush it are not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, Monica checked Jervis. That got a lot of attention at the finale. Which I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Whatever.
It was so great. It was like Monica's nice little, oh yeah.
Right. Which it is every man for themselves at that point.
She was so tiny.
Of course.
It was, yeah, he got all kind of upset. He's like, well, what do you mean? If I win, you win. No, it's $1 million, Jervis, and every single thing that you do can sway the jury. One more win for Monica would have been, well.
Yeah. And Monica never mentioned how many she won.
I bet she did, but we didn't see it.
Yeah, this is something else. Watch the red carpet interviews, because in her one of her answers, she said something about, let's just talk about the white elephant. I did it again. The pink elephant in the room. Let's just talk about it. But then they never talked about it, and I didn't realize it until she brought it up on the red carpet last night.
And what was it?
The fact that people might sway their vote thinking that her and Brad already have so much money because he's a lawyer and an ex-football player. She didn't want people to use that against her in voting for her to get $1 million. And they apparently edited that part out. And I mean, I can understand how big of a deal that could be, because that does affect people's... At the end, it does affect people's choice.
I wonder if it's something people talked about leading up to that, because, just in the end, to pull that out, it's kind of, but if people were concerned about, like, you don't need the money, and
for sure,
that sort of thing. Maybe.
That's another reason why you should take Monica to the end, because if you want, you can pull that card. She doesn't need $1 million.
Yeah. They tried to pull that with Lisa Welch, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's what oh my God.
And it was so sad when she just said,
furious.
look, I have nothing. I have lost everything. I am divorced. I have no money.
That was another emotional travel. We've been getting them.
It's hot in here.
It is hot.
It's so hot.
One thing, though, when going back to more towards the beginning of the episode, we all said, like, Tina would have the best shot coming back in the game to sway Monica to flip, to go with Sierra and whoever it was. And seeing Tina come back, it was like that moment of, oh my gosh, is Tina, like, Tina's so good at, like, strategizing, is she going to do it? And then Tina was so abrasive with Monica. She was like, Monica, nobody wants you to win. Everyone who I've sat with on Redemption Island doesn't want you to win because you are not making moves and da-da-da. Like, thinking that was going to get her to change, but it just, like, completely
did the opposite.
And Sierra was in a confessional going, Tina, what are you doing? You need to treat Monica
we want her to come to
with
our side.
emotion and, like, appeal to her heart, and don't attack her. I was kind of shocked that's the approach Tina took right away.
Yeah, well, I know that Tina has it in her. I mean, when she gets her back up against the wall, she's scrappy. And
if Tina would have gotten to the finals, she would have had a good shot to win.
Absolutely.
It was funny. One thing that Hayden said to me this weekend was the funny thing about playing Survivor versus Big Brother is that he's like, all these people have the biggest egos you can imagine. So he said his strategy was just like, I don't want to be a leader. I'm just going to sit back and let these people self-destruct because their egos were, like, out of control, which you could just see it and feel it from the TV. Like,
it's true.
It's out of control.
They cast type A personalities.
Right, but for some reason Survivor, because it's like, the A show, and, like, they all just think, I mean, you could even tell some of them this weekend thought they were like Angelina Jolie. I'm like, calm down. Like, you're like on Survivor, relax.
Good luck getting some work after this. It's not that easy.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like Tina, though, kind of stepped back, and then Sierra and Tina worked Monica the whole let's go women, Monica. It was all about every week, Monica, you need to make a big move. You need to make a big move. And ultimately, Monica's big move in the end was sticking with her alliance.
Loyalty. I think Tyson sealed the deal with Monica when he chose to share the immunity idol with her.
Smart move.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I think that was a great example of saving the idol for the best use possible.
Right.
Well, and then he used it later, which was a brilliant time to use it too. Because when we got to that tribal council, Monica was like sharing her cards too much. Like if she was gonna make a blind side,
gosh.
you know, when you this is one thing. Back to Survivor Amazon, Christy was in the position of being in the middle, and this was one of the first times when someone knew they were in the middle of the swing vote, and they just kind of flaunted that they're the swing vote. In Survivor Amazon, they took her out as the swing vote, which clearly in the final four you're not going to do that because then it's 2-on-2. But she was like flaunting that she was the swing vote. She had to go this way or that way, and it freaked Tyson out so much so that he gave Jervis the hidden immunity idol just to make sure that she wouldn't flip.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You need to, anyways. I mean, then you at least guarantee give your 2 votes.
Yeah. It was, I mean, brilliant and smart to use it.
Yeah.
But then Monica was shocked that Tyson used it because she thought, I thought these guys thought I was thick and thin with them.
She gave
loyal.
him no choice.
Yeah.
Listen, you can't just trust anyone on this game.
No.
That's the whole point. That's why she checked Jervis on the thing. You have to, like, if you have something, you play it then.
Yeah.
Did Drea just go home with an idol in her pocket? And it's happened many times with people.
Oh, definitely. But it's like, that's where I feel like, okay, if you know you're in that position, let's say she were going to go with Tina and Sierra, you just pretend I'm with my boys, I'm with them to the end, like...
And then you blindside
thick as thieves, you know.
you send them
we're
packing.
thick as thieves, and then boom, you send Jervis home, and there's a big move, you know.
Yeah.
Boom. But,
oh man, that would have been a huge move.
But yeah, it would have been a big move. But then she's gonna be sitting there with Tina or Sierra, and you don't want either Tina or Sierra with you.
She was screwed no matter what.
She was screwed no matter what.
She told me last night that she felt she had the best chance at the end with Jervis
boys.
and Tyson, and I totally agree with her because nobody wants to sit next to Hayden or Sierra or Tina. Those three are so well liked and have played also a very good game. I mean, let's talk about Sierra.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Right.
Seriously.
Impressive.
I told her last night, I said, I have no doubt you're going to be back.
100%.
She played such a great game. She made strong moves. She was very strong. She started off very quiet and weak, but boy, she came out of nowhere, and she's impressed everyone.
I think in the final, you know, the finale, and I think what we saw developing over the last couple episodes is with her and Hayden specifically is that fight, that grit to want to win. You have to go on and play to win, not for fourth or third or second. And that's what she did. And to see that out of the loved ones, you know, coming in, playing with vets, playing with returnees, that is awesome.
Right.
The problem is next time she plays, Sierra, you're going to be a threat and a target.
Well, she got
You got to play a different game.
She got mad respect from Jeff too. Jeff was like, "That's how you come on Survivor. That's how you
play the game.
That's how you play. Like
That's how you should play.
Like the best
how
thing
I
you want to
know.
hear.
That's how I would play.
That's how I know she's going to be
Done it.
back, because
Yes.
Jeff pointed her out and actually made a point to say that's how you play Survivor. I know he's gonna. I know you're
There's
gonna
3
ask
loved
her back.
ones that I think they would bring back. Well, 4.
Hayden.
Sierra, Vetus, and John. Those would be the ones that they would bring back.
Yeah.
They'll bring John back for sure, right?
He'll be the like redemption, give you a shot without Candace there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those would be the 4
man.
that would come back eventually.
I love John.
Yeah, you guys
Eventually.
chime in on YouTube and let us know who you think would be coming back.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
We also have to talk about the moment where Tina talked about what happened with her son and everything else. That was like the room never even really came back. Like everyone, the whole audience was just kind of like stunned.
Yeah, it's getting that kind of news turns a TV show into
What
a
it
very
is,
real
a TV show.
moment.
Yeah.
And how cool as a fan, and I hope, obviously, I think it's true because I don't think Tina would mislead anyone, but how cool to look at it as Survivor is an extension of your family, and this is where you and Katie really want to be. And 2 weeks
In
ago,
a time of need.
2 weeks ago, I can't even imagine a loved one, but Survivor is that big of a family and a part of their lives, and in this whole thing, that's where they would have wanted to be, and that's where they should have been. And you know, the next couple weeks are, you know, as the season's over and the holidays.
Right.
And now, you know, moving after the holidays, there's, you know, no one's gonna, it's not going to be in the media anymore and that sort of thing. That stuff dies. But just to know and hopefully that they have this Survivor family and connection, that was beautiful for me to see.
And also she went on with a good message too.
Yeah, great message.
Buckle up.
I didn't know that's how, what exactly
Yeah, if
happened.
he had
That's
been
just-
seatbelted in, he probably would have survived. It's so tragic, and you know, there is definitely something to be said about being a part of the Survivor family it's such a unique experience that so few people have been through, that there's, even me, myself, sometimes I feel like I need to reach out and talk to someone who can understand what's going through my mind. Just, after you play the game, it's just like, you're a complete mess in every way imaginable.
Right.
And we need each other.
Yeah.
And it's really nice to know that there's enough of us that are tight enough that she feels like she can lean on us. And we had a good moment last night on the red carpet, too. I held on to her so tight. I was like, I didn't want to let her go. But I'm going to try to get out and visit her because I miss her so much. And it's so funny. Like, our friendship has definitely changed over the years, and
recently too. You guys are both crying.
Oh my God!
No, because like you guys sort of reconnected like over the summer again, kind of.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Jerry.
I know, and I love her so much. And
I'm gonna go visit her too.
Yeah.
Can I go?
She said, come out and see me. So we'll make kettle corn and eat it over a campfire. And I'm like, sold.
And how awesome that she got to share it with Katie.
I know, right?
That's like, I think one of the oh gee, she's bringing tissues, Jerry.
It's like we're on Oprah right now.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, to experience this after a season of Survivor, but to have your daughter be on that season with you, that's almost like it's comforting, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing too. Like, I'm almost envious of the fact that all the people that were on this season have someone that's that close to them that now understands even better what they've been through.
Right.
Because it is very lonely to come back from Survivor and just kind of rejoin your normal living situation with normal
I have to
people.
go to work now. Like what?
Yeah, or you may have lost your job. Like you never know. Like when you get back, how hard it is to reacclimate back into the natural world. And it sounds so dramatic, but it is so
really is.
true.
Yeah.
Right.
And well, luckily,
it's like when I got out of prison. It's so weird.
And luckily, Kat has Hayden to understand,
oh my God,
what she said, because we did not understand what
I understood.
We understood.
Completely.
No.
But why are you talking about getting a boob job in the middle of the finale?
I found out why.
And they're saying what they did. Follow us on Twitter. What was their whole thing?
I found out
was
why.
weird.
Spill Ryan's.
Here's the tea.
Finale tea.
Ryan's finale tea.
What the heck was going on?
Let me preface this by saying I did ask Hayden on the red carpet, what was that? He said, I don't know. I think I blacked out right then. So
Ryan, spill the tea.
Yes,
Here's the tea.
please.
So obviously, because it's a live show, they do rehearsal and they go through the whole thing. They sort of go through questions. Even Jeff had hinted that with Colton. He said, I called you to go over what we were going to discuss at the finale, which he did talk to him, which I could talk about that later too. But anyways, so one of the things he said, she's like, oh, should I talk about that I got a boob job? And like everyone was laughing. And like her response back to one of Jeff's questions, Jeff says, you need to say exactly that on the finale because it was really, really funny. And then so he prefaced the question but didn't say it the exact same way, and her answer wouldn't have made sense. And so it just came out weird. And she was just like, I just look like an idiot, per usual.
Well, what I made out of it was she was basically saying, tell me if I'm wrong, what she meant was, it sounded like she was saying, like, in order to keep Hayden, I needed to get a boob job, so I'm heavy on top. Like that. It sounded like Hayden's amazing, so I had to get my top shelf heavier.
Right. Basically, it says like, I made some improvements up here to keep my man. Do you know what I mean?
Like a joke.
Yeah,
But the joke fell flat.
Funny, anyways. It's kind of sad.
Of course, she always takes it so literal.
Of course, that's what I do.
Big boobies are amazing.
Not when they're not real.
The question is, does Hayden like fake boobs?
Yeah.
Clearly.
And you know what, Kat? You still owe me $20 for wearing those heels at that party in Orlando. I'm just saying.
Perfect.
Whoa. Be careful if you're lend Jerry money. Or she lends you money. Sorry.
I'll break your legs.
I think her titties look amazing, though. She was wearing a cute little dress. She had a little number.
Everybody looks great.
I couldn't see him because she was wearing something you couldn't really see.
All weekend at all? Just at the party?
I did not make your party. No, I was off.
Didn't you go last night? I don't even know.
I was there.
Yeah, she was there.
I didn't see a lot of people.
You drink so much, Jerry. God.
Yeah, I had all that soda water. It went straight to my bladder.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't drink and drive, people. It's very dangerous. Don't drink and drive. That's my public service announcement.
Good message.
It's the holidays.
Jerry's always trying to teach a lesson.
That's a really hard one to learn.
I Uber.
One of the things that when I'm thinking about Monica and Jervis was how when Tyson won the first immunity of the night, he basically said to Monica and Jervis, "You guys decide, Sierra or Tina. I don't care. You guys can pick." And Monica was all, "We need to get Tina out." Jervis was all, "We need to get Sierra out." And Monica was like, "This is my move. We need to go with who I want because I'm not getting bullied anymore." And she went into a whole bully speech. And then in the end, they voted Sierra out.
Yeah, everything was the same.
Everything was the same. So it was just kind of like,
predictable
it's kind of
again.
wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
But at the same
All this
time,
build up to nothing.
Who do you think?
Build
Do
up to
you think
nothing.
it was smarter to keep? Let's say one of them. Let's say Sierra or Tina would have gotten to the finale. Who would you rather be next to, Sierra or Tina? Like, was it smart to get rid of Sierra first?
yeah, I don't know.
Because I mean, in performance-wise, Tina's
Yeah.
more of a performer.
Yeah, but I think Sierra at that point had been outwardly aggressive in
Yeah.
her gameplay and got
Voting
a
out her
lot
mom.
of respect, and she did
Yeah.
all of that right in front of the jury.
Yeah.
Right. And
That's-
like she did
Yeah.
one of the biggest switches like
Ever.
and then the draw the rocks like
Yeah.
she did two huge moves.
So you got to take Sierra first.
Plus she
Yeah.
voted out her mom. But in addition, I also think they get rid of Sierra and that it would be easier to beat Tina at the challenge.
I don't know. I think Tina outperformed Sierra in challenges, though.
Yeah, Tina
I'm-
kicked some serious
Yeah.
butt. I'm so proud
I still
of
think because
her.
you know how they always just think that like younger, stronger.
Yeah,
they
it's
always,
just
they're
that-
just in your head.
Yeah.
Like it's just like Hayden.
Even though they kept saying, "I just got beat by two grandmas."
Right, it'll just
that
go,
was like,
Hayden. That's
that
what I
was
just said.
That comment
the
did
phrase
not
of the
go over
season.
well.
Yeah.
How many people said that this season? And every time I heard the word grandmas, I was like, I want to like reach through the TV and choke someone out.
Those grandmas are fierce though.
Yeah, they
They're
were
awesome.
But I would never like look at someone in their 50s and say,
Grandma.
"Hey, grandma," because 50s is still young.
Well, Laura Moret
Madonna
is a
in her
grandma,
50s,
but-
and she's amazing.
Thank you.
Come on now.
50s is the new 30.
Exactly. Oh my God, I'm about to be 39.
But you're actually still about 20.
Well, then I'm in my young teens.
I'm very excited to be getting my Botox next week because the eventual goal is to look like this.
Oh, jeez.
And that can happen very easily in LA.
What else happened?
What about the whole Tina or Monica approaching Tina? Again, Monica possibly making a move and then not approaching Tina and saying like, "Hey, I know your only chance is if I force a vote and you go head-to-head fire versus Jervis."
Wow, oh man, I want
wanted
to
to
see
see
some
it.
fire. I want to see some people make some fire at the finale. I wanted that so bad with Me
Could
Too
you
and Heroes and
imagine?
Villains. I tried. I was like, Sandra, please. I don't know why they didn't show that conversation, but I was like, please let me go up against Parvati at the end and make a fire. Because first of all, I knew that girl could not make fire. I saw her try every day, and I'd be like, let me do that for you. But I mean, how amazing would that be at the finale to have to see two people battle it out for
In
that place
fire
in the
building.
final three? Oh, I want
That would have
it.
been amazing.
Come on,
Dang it.
somebody
You
do
know,
it.
Why can't this show be scripted?
No, never, ever.
Oh, God.
But that's again, it was Tina making the argument of Monica, you have to make a big move. Everyone wants to see you make a big move. Make a big move. It was all make a big move, and I think it was obviously again this build up nothing. It was just all these like red herrings for Tyson's
A
win.
lot of red herrings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing that we can also talk about this season too is that I would say for me, well, I always think so anyways, but I'll get your opinion. This is a very emotional season. Like
Way.
I mean, like how many times did we cry during the finale last night? There's so many great moments.
Yes.
And
We were all tearing up at Monica's speeches. Like that was
Monica's speech, because she like was coming out of her shell. I love that. Laura Moret and her
Moret.
mom. Like there's just so many good. Or just when someone just like even when Tyson won, I got a little teary-eyed. I always just do. I mean, it's just one of
His
those
tears
things.
were real.
Yeah, they were real.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll talk about.
Well, and I
that
think too, it's also like, I mean, Jerry, you could speak on this, but like when it's your third time, it's like your first time you're all excited and it's a new experience, and then you go and he played again, and then it's like you want it so bad. Everybody wants it really bad, but I could imagine like wanting it so bad when you're that close and this could be the last time I play maybe. And
Well, it's
and that sort of
also
stuff.
it's not just that you want it so bad. It's that because you've played previously, you understand how many odd, random, lucky things have to happen, along with your constant gameplay and strategy.
The stars have to align.
Yes.
It's so many factors involved in winning Survivor that when you actually get to the point where you're accepting the $1 million check, that I hope to God someday I get to experience that, because every time I see somebody do that, I'm like, oh, I can't even imagine how overwhelming that is. Like, it actually happened.
Let me tell you something that was really, really awesome last night that, like, I totally got chills at one point.
I'll be the judge.
There was just this very silence. There was this one, I forget what part of the finale, but it was like a serious part, like a challenge or something was going on, and we were like leaning forward, like on our knees like this just to watch, and then I just like kind of looked around, and all the former Survivor alums, and Rachel and Brennan too, they were the only ones in the audience that were like leaning forward. Everyone else is sitting up straight. Everyone was like Jay was right in front of me. He was leaning forward. Matt from One World. They all were like Christina Chaw. Every single former player or reality person was like leaning forward. I don't know. It was like there was some
the final challenge,
some sort of challenge or something in the show. But I thought it was just amazing that everyone's so in it and just loves it so much, and they're right back in there with it and just so into it. And it was just the weirdest thing. Like in between them were just regular people just sitting up, like loving the show and everything else. But the old gamers were like in it.
Like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen?
I was sitting up.
Win?
One day I'll be like this. Hopefully.
It was awesome.
Oh, Justin.
Yeah.
My fingers are crossed.
Oh, jeez.
But I think I was just leaning forward because the seats were literally smaller than an airport seat.
Oh, it was way smaller than on an airline.
Like, it was awful. Like, my legs are so long, I had to like wrap it around my neck.
Well, at least this time, yeah.
Maybe one day.
They were good cookies. They were good cookies.
Oh, the cookies were amazing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The coffee, not so much.
We should thank CBS for inviting us and like feeding us and getting us in and everything else and giving us last row seats. No, but thank you, CBS.
Absolutely. Thank you, CBS, for letting AfterBuzz be there last night and be on the red carpet. And
the food's always great. Good job, caterers.
Okay, let me just say how great it is that as a press person now, I get fed, whereas as a contestant, there was no food. Which is also something I have to say one more time. The amount of food on this season was just disgusting. And I did talk to Tyson about that last night. He only lost 10 pounds.
What?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's not a lot at all.
Not at all.
Well, that's Jeff even said, though, this season was like an easy Survivor. And then Laura B said, like, this was Survivor light. So it was like the conditions weren't hard this season.
It didn't rain at all. Yeah, those people got off so easy. Why didn't I do this season?
They didn't have their shelters sinking in water.
I got to say something, too, about my official Survivor party I threw on Saturday, too.
Oh. How'd it go? Did you raise a lot of money?
It was fantastic. We raised almost $1,000. People donated online and everything else. Fantastic for Reality Rally. But one hysterical moment, because I had celebrity bartenders, and they all were former Survivor and Amazing Race contestants. I made them bartend, and all the tips went to the charity. And
so the bras that we had in our last show?
We had bras, and we had Kim Spradlin as one of the bartenders, and Kat together. Aww. Kim is 8.5 months pregnant. She's only gained 20 pounds, and she looks amazing. So she's back there bartending, and someone said, "Hey, can I get a vodka Red Bull?" And she would put it in a shaker and was shaking it up, and she looked at AJ. AJ was just like shaking his head. She's like, "Well, I thought you had to make it cold. You don't shake a vodka Red Bull." I'd like my vodka Red Bull shaken, please.
Not stirred.
Hey, I'd take a shaken vodka Red Bull from Kim.
It was hysterical watching them make drinks.
A pregnant woman bartending. No, that would have been enough to see, let alone that it's Kim.
Over 8 months pregnant.
And she's how only 20 pounds?
Only gained 20 pounds. Yeah, she looks
a tiny
amazing.
Baby.
Where was she last night then at the parlor party?
She was there.
What?
I don't know where you were, Jerry. Once again, that soda water.
You were too busy with all your fans.
I did loops. I kept walking
Hayden
around.
was there. They all were there.
I saw Hayden.
Yeah.
All your fans.
I didn't see Kat.
A lot of people were like sitting down.
Okay, yeah. Then
you kind of don't make eye contact with people, though. You kind of just walk.
That.
You just kind of just walk.
She beat you up.
She just walks.
Know.
What do you have against her? We should finally settle this.
She's a villain.
She is.
He's a villain too. Oh, he's asleep.
Oh my God, they're adorable.
I know. My stepkids are in the studio today. It was a fun party. For some reason, I guess it was big enough where I missed a lot of people.
Yeah, I saw all the people I didn't want to see.
Lot of crazy fans there last night.
Crazy, right?
Yep. Love you guys, but you're crazy.
So much so that some people had to maybe fake phone calls to get out of conversations.
Yeah.
That would be my tactic.
Would never do that. Yeah,
I would just say I have to get another drink. Your drink's full. I'm buying it for a friend.
yeah, we had to run, and we did. We literally ran back to your car.
So funny. What a good season.
Yes.
What an amazing season. True.
I went in. I think if I looked at the video of last season, I was probably hating on Blood versus Water.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I loved it. I think going into it, I was not impressed by the returnees that they brought. You know, just kind of thinking like this is an okay list, whatever. This season was fantastic. Fan with a dash tastic.
Yeah.
And I think
Start to finish.
it was I would almost say probably the best first half of the season.
Yeah.
Maybe ever, because there was so much strategy and so many different elements of strategies, whereas a lot of the first half of the seasons is just pagonging, people on your tribe and
you don't even know
sticking
people's
with your
names.
alliance and that sort of thing. Start to
Voting
finish.
someone else on the beach. I mean, it started from the very
Just-
first few minutes. Let's go.
Loved this season. Great
Yeah.
twist, so phenomenal, and I obviously loved it.
Well, we did hear that there might be another Blood versus Water season coming up. Right?
Wow.
That was like the rumor last night. Nobody knows what details or anything, but can you imagine if it was all new people?
Oh shit,
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Well, next season is BBB, which some of the people were guessing
Bareback something?
crazy things like
Someone said,
beer balls and
yeah.
No.
busts.
Someone said Boston Rob. Oh gosh, what was it?
Balls.
Yeah, I don't know. It just
Oh
went
my
on.
God.
The guesses were pretty funny.
I have to say that if you've never been to a Survivor finale before, you have to try to go, like, if you're a super fan, because one of the highlights is Bill, the audience warm guy, is hysterical. So in between all of the, like when Kat goes on her rampage about, her boob job, as soon as we go to commercial break, he's on the microphone saying, what is she talking about? I think she's talking about boobs and everything. Like, he's so funny. And It's very interactive, and all the fans there are completely crazy.
Could we get him at the AfterBuzz next season? Do you think he would come in?
He's
I
so busy.
doubt it.
I don't know. We can
But,
maybe get him to
we
come
get
in
him as
for
a guest would be hysterical.
Yeah, no, that's what
As
I
a
mean.
guest, yeah.
As a guest.
I'm trying to get him to date Justin.
Oh my God, no! Stop! You're so weird.
How am I weird?
He's like a brother.
I'm going to be on a Millionaire Matchmaker.
You are?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm taking over the gay version on Bravo. I have my own show coming out.
Wait, you're going to be the host and the matchmaker?
You won't believe everything I say. We
I
talked about
trust
this
people
yesterday.
I know.
I believed it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my own show as the $1 million matchmaker.
Well, I don't
on
know.
Bravo. And I just tell you randomly right now.
That's a great idea.
That is a great idea. Bravo, come on.
Ryan,
Pitch your own
I believed
show.
it as well.
Oh my gosh.
But the real
You think I tell you
BBB
yesterday?
the real BBB is brawn, brains, and beauty.
Yes.
Which I think is their excuse to have 2 out of 3 hot tribes. Think about it. The
Braun,
the
I think-
brawn
in my
and the
thing, I think-
beauty
I think
are
Braun-
going to be good looking.
I
Maybe-
think Braun is a big guy, but not all there upstairs. That's what I kind of think.
That's probably
why
how
I
they
think
cast
Brains
it.
is part of it too. Yes, I think it'd be like
We'll watch some of the brains be hot too. We're just going
So
to have
maybe
a
it'll
really
be all
hot
men, all
season.
women, and some nerds.
No, I
what were
think
we
it's
saying
gonna
yesterday? They
be-
do gays versus straights.
I think
or
it's
you're
gonna-
screaming gays versus lesbians.
It's going to be.
Yes.
I think it's each tribe will be mixed.
That would
men,
be
men and women on each
unbelievable.
thing. Men
No.
and women on each thing.
Let's really push gays versus
Oh my
lesbians.
God.
Yes.
That would be.
I think gays versus straights would be better because you could have 4 tribes: gay men, lesbians, straight women, straight men, and just whoever makes it at the end.
Whoa.
Excuse me, I'm sick.
Calm down.
Sorry.
Joy.
You can have a tribe.
I'm glad you're over there.
a tribe of trannies too, like the full show.
Oh my gosh. Let's talk to RuPaul about that.
Immediately.
God. So yeah, that'll be an interesting season. It looks like they didn't say if it's gonna be all newbies or returnees or what's gonna happen.
I
but
heard it's all newbies.
all newbies in this brain.
And it's in the Philippines again.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting. So that'll be fun to come back in February and chat all about that.
I know. We'll be
2
back. I
months
hope you
off?
guys are all going to join us again
2
next
months
season.
off. Sad.
I know. What
I
are we
know.
gonna do?
What am I gonna do with my Wednesday nights?
I can
American Horror
think of
Story.
American Horror Story.
But that's gonna end soon too, right?
No, it doesn't start up till the 8th. Well, let's get
Well,
out of here. We're just
yeah,
rambling now.
I know.
Jesus.
All right.
Well, our
well,
parting
thanks.
thoughts. Parting thoughts.
Yes.
Parting thoughts.
I already gave mine, but I'll say it again. This season rocked.
Yeah. I would just say to me, I love an emotional season. I love when people's real characters come out, good or bad. But I think at the very, very end, like the show is like being inside of a movie. Like it's one of the most beautiful shows on television that's shot.
Gorgeous.
And I just love the show because I just love how it looks, how it feels, how I feel after the show. And I love to be with all of you people. I love you and hate you all at the same time. And I'm
Back
very
at ya.
hungover, and I can't wait to get the hell out of here.
Clearly, I love the season and loved this season of AfterBuzz. It was so fun working with you guys all season long. Thank you, AfterBuzz. I love doing this every week. I will do it until Survivor ends, which it'll never end.
Oh, we got renewed. 30.
Got renewed for season 29 and 30. Congrats, Survivor. It's going to be here forever, and I love it. So.
Yeah, and I want to say thank you to you guys, too. You make this a lot of fun as well. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
Well, we are getting paid a lot of money to do this.
Tons.
We do it because we love Survivor.
We do. Well, thanks so much.
Start a Kickstarter account.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Thanks to all of you out there for tuning in for the whole season and spending your time with us and giving us your comments. And please continue to do so and tweet to us while the seasons are between. And
follow us on Twitter. Our shenanigans continue.
You can get me at Jerri Manthey or go to jerrimanthey.com just to find out what I'm up to. I've got some upcoming shows with sketch comedy and whatnot.
Fantastic.
So.
I'm Ryan A. Carrillo, Carrillo on Instagram and Twitter. Hit me up.
You forgot your Snapchat.
Oh, my Snapchat. I want scandalous Snapchats. Really scandalous. You know what I mean?
God.
And I'm on Justin F. Walter on Twitter. And that's it.
I'm going to miss you guys.
Let's do a group virtual hug. We're hugging you at home, studio audience.
Oh, yes. We love you. We're going to miss you guys.
Grab the Kleenex.
Executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.